Hey folks, welcome to Guitar Daily. It's Nick Granville coming to you from Wellington, New Zealand. So today I thought I'd talk about 5 funk things that I think you kind of, techniques, riffs, stuff like that, I think you kind of need to know about, right? These are important ones, and these are things that I use all the time. Number 1, Stevie Wonder's Superstitious, right? Stevie played it on a clavinet. I can't play it for you now for copyright reasons, but he played it on a clavinet. It's sort of a different sound than a guitar. And you can play the riff. And it's okay, but better yet, if you switch down to bridge pickup, and then right down by the bridge. Just gets that clavinet sound. So the key to it, bridge pickup, and play right down here. It gets super funky like Jimmy James. Check that guy out. Number 2 would be the bubblegum guitar part. Made famous for me by a guy called David Williams who played with Michael Jackson a lot, but he also played with a whole lot of people. But amazing guitar player. So Billie Jean would be a prime example. So it's this sort of palm muted. You're not wanting. You want, but you also don't want it dead either. It's kind of somewhere in the middle. It's another good one as well. So bubblegum palm muting, right? Just a little bit of mute to make the notes shorter. Makes those single note lines funky. Number 3. So this is a Prince thing that I've seen him do a bit. And so if we're in the key E, you go from the minor 7 of a chord. So if we have, say, this to the 6. Right? Very funky sound. You can resolve down to the 5th if you want, like I did there. So that's a real Princeism, and you can do it on those set of strings, but you can also do it here. Right, or anywhere you want really. It's really the key thing to it is you're moving that 7th down to the 6th, and just gets a great sound, so give that one a try. The 4th one is a riff by a great band called Sly and Family Stone, and this is one of my favorites. This is a song called Sing a Simple Song, and it kind of exemplifies, I kind of think, what makes parts truly funky is when you have some collection of notes but some chords together as well, and you put them two together and it kind of becomes, especially in a mix with bass and drums and everything else and keyboards, it becomes like this layering thing that happens, right? So this is the riff. Right, so the notes are. Right. And what's really going on there is like there's a combination of the riff and the chords are used as like an accent. We want the chords to kind of go punch, right? So I take that same concept and I might go something. And I've essentially taken like the same principle that you have in Sing a Simple Song, but I've made it my own and I can apply it to a whole bunch of other tunes. And the very last one would be this song Sex Machine by James Brown. Now I remember when I learnt this James Brown tune, I learnt it wrong. Everybody did. No, everybody I knew, and even like I remember playing with this great drummer, and he said to me once, he said, everybody plays too many notes with Sex Machine. He goes, it's real simple. It's just ba, beat up. And so just this. what he was getting at is everybody goes, which it isn't that either. And then I found someone, I think it was called Digital Split, this YouTube channel where the dude had kind of found the original multi-tracks or something and uploaded the guitar track. And I was like, oh, there's this. This kind of part in there that was this low note, and the reason you didn't really hear it is because it's really low and it's kind of tucked in with the bass guitar. And what happens is that if you listen to the bass and the guitar put together, now we have this layering effect that happens, and I think that's when things get really funky. And for me, like, two guitars is awesome when you're playing funk music, and especially if you've got two guitar players who like really work together, right? Because we know that what happens if someone like crashes over the top of someone else. That's not what I'm talking about. But what I'm saying is, like, if you get two people that are working together, it's like, and they find the gaps and all these, you know, it's awesome. And then the change. Right, and it makes a big difference in how that feels. It's not, I don't know if I'm exactly playing it right. I'm doing it from memory, but if you go and check it out, find Digital Split, or even just type in Sex Machine isolated guitar, you'll find it on YouTube, and just have a listen. But the key point I'm trying to illustrate today with that is, like, we can find this way to play the low notes that kind of get in there with the bass. It's different from Simple Song, which I did a minute ago, which is where you'd play a riff where you double what the bass does. In this instance, I'm trying to find a gap in the bass to add more rhythmic propulsion to the part. So yeah, hope you found this useful. There's 5 funk guitar things that I just think would really propel your funk playing to another level, because rhythm guitar, that's where it's at. It really is. So it's funny, this notion of, do you play rhythm or do you play lead? I always thought that's funny. Non-musicians come to me all the time and they're like, do you play rhythm or lead in the band? And I'm like, yeah. I just play guitar. I do the solos, I do the rhythm parts, I just play guitar, right? And it's interesting, they'll ask you that even if there's just one guitar in the band. So this idea that you don't play rhythm when you play the solos, I mean, my solos want to be rhythmic too, right? Anyway, getting off topic, that's for another day. Thanks so much for watching. I post every day here, so if you like this, like and subscribe. Drop me a comment below and let me know what you think if you're into it, because that encourages me to do more of this. Share it with people into the same kind of stuff, and I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.